Thank you. Well, I think the president has done much as far as corruption is concerned, as far as curbing corruption is concerned. But again, I have to put this across that graft, neo-patrimonialism, and most of the vices we are facing in Kenya right now are actually a creation of the formal law. The law by itself has given wide discretionary powers to those in authority, and has not created a way of them holding them accountable at certain level. So in as much as the president is endeavoring to do more on this issue of corruption, we as a nation need to sit down and find a way of dealing with the issue of wide discretionary powers. That is the only solution, that the only cure we'll have for this issue of corruption. Yes.
Fred, don't you think the squabbles between, let's say, for example, the DCI, Kenyatta, and DPP Haji will dent some of these plans that the president is currently ongoing with?
Well, the hard part of corruption is that it's like what the common Swahili phrase that says, mtego wa panya ushika waliokuwemo na wasiokuwemo. If you were to fight corruption to the latter, very few people will be left.
Very true.
Very few people will stand the test of time. Maybe including you and I. Very few people might stand the test of time. And when we do it, unless we open a blanket amnesty to some people who come out, because even in the government itself, the government is also rotten in. The system itself is also rotten, because basic things, even to get a job nowadays, you have to know someone who knows someone. Yes. The system itself, and we fall trapped to this in the onset of forming this government, this country, the genesis of formation of Kenya. That's where corruption started up, and it has boiled out. It has become cancerous. To an extent, some people even now just embrace it. We'll tell you, yes, he's corrupt, but we'll still vote him. It's not a big deal to some people. It's not, you can't decampaign someone by using corruption. You can't. The people, you can try to decampaign someone using corruption, but you're making his name, and people will embrace him. It has become so much cancerous, unless we go back to the drawing board and see now how we can be able to change this up. Yeah.
Given that, of course, we saw an insidious comment from, of course, one of the Kenyans saying that now it's time for the KRA even itself now to even collect revenues from corruption proceeds itself, given that the corruption report that was placed before the National Assembly, it was truly mind-boggling. Should that be the way to go now?
No, I don't think that should be the way to go, because we have agencies in place, and I also need to make this clear. There are agencies in place, government agencies that are supposed to be dealing with corruption. And in my opinion, it is these agencies that have failed. So KRA, we cannot bring it to a level where as a government we are collecting revenue from corrupt individuals and agencies. That is not workable. It will no longer be a government. Yes.
And of course, those are just sentiments of our both guests here. You can also chime in into that particular conversation. We have started off with the matters corruption, that as the country continues with that particular succession politics across the country, and as we await for what will happen at the Kasarani Stadium on Friday, as well as we do understand the country's second-in-command is currently in Kisii. And of course, President Uhuru Kenyatta himself stated clearly that in the coming months, he will talk about who his successor will be. Of course, he gave us a little bit of indication who it will be in Nakuru County. But Fred, as I come to you, have you seen some of these candidates even talking about how they'll handle corruption come 2022?
The only candidate I've seen him talking how he'll be able to handle corruption in 2022 is Raila Amolo Odinga. The word corruption does not exist in William Ruto's vocabulary. Neither has he even ever mentioned it, leave alone fighting corruption. Even just mentioning the word corruption. I've never seen him in Israel mentioning the word corruption. Then I don't think there is any other serious presidential candidate apart from the two. Because this Oka fraternity, until as we call it res ipsa lucita in Latin. Facts speak for themselves. The truth of the matter is that as from where I sit now, the only people that can become president is Raila Amolo Odinga or William Samoei Ruto. And forming a third force whereby you know very well you will not be the president, I think it's a Herculean task. It's a waste of time. I would urge them as fast as possible to align themselves to either A or B, then at least to give people, yes, it's democratic. It's the democratic right to contest, yes. But with me, I will not go into a race whereby I know I'll become number 3. It is, I don't know. I don't know which science is that. But I won't go into a race where I'll become number 3. Deep inside my heart, knowing that I'll be number 3, why should I go into that race? Ebru Kenyatta knew he was going to lose in 2007. He knew it after he had contested in 2022. He did not become a lesser human being by supporting Mike back in 2007. You may have supported either Raila before, but giving him ultimatums that since I supported you, you have to support me this time round. You went for fishing, you went for hunting, you did not get the meat. You can't blame somebody that was the captain when you went for fishing venture or hunting venture to share with you a meat that you did not get. So unless otherwise, but I would urge them to join Azimio la Umoja. This battle has been a long battle. We should not lose the focus at the right time to deliver this seat.